You know, it's raining in Kampala and its metropolitan areas, and many people are finding it really hard to drive on the roads. And this is just because some roads have potholes. And when the car hits the pothole, it may either swerve off the road, and this could be catastrophic to all the passengers. And in fact, as I was coming here, I saw a taxi that went off the road. And that's why I want to understand from the Minister of State for Kampala, Capital City Authority and Metropolitan Area Affairs, Honorable Christopher Fatogabye, what is the state of our road infrastructure? What is delaying the contractors to complete the work? And of course, we've been seeing from last week the chaos that has erupted within the city hall, city council hall. Good morning to you, Honorable.
Good morning, and you're welcome to our side.
Thank you so much for welcoming us. You are the minister in charge of, State Minister in charge of Kampala and metropolitan areas. We saw the chaos that erupted in KCC. First of all, what do you make of what happened in the city hall?
It's a failure of someone to execute her duties properly, as stipulated in the Act, and also excitement made by some people. You know, the challenge, people cannot up to now fail to distinguish between politicking and governance. Now they are in governance, they are in control, they are in administration. So they should know the time for politicking ended way back about 2 years ago, I think in 2021, January. So it is now time for action, time to serve the people of Kampala. But because they have done nothing in the last couple of now 50, I think half of the term in their office, they think the only way to do it now is to cause some bit of chaos, excitement, and confusion as usual. And this is what we came to do, because they have also faced it rough in the last couple of 2 years. Ever since we came to office, we've tried to de-embark, to diffuse, to demystify their kind of action, and also we've reached and entrenched their niche, the political niche. So now they feel like somehow they are in disarray. If it was in war, now the enemy is scattered, getting scattered. You know,
when you talk about politicking, the time is ended. Now they are saying it's our oversight role. They are exercising the oversight role to make sure that these contracts that are supposed to be displayed, that's what they are doing. They are doing the oversight role.
They are right and wrong, but again they are very, very wrong instead of right, and they are advancing a good cause in a bad way. What is the contract has to do with the construction of a road? Because they have told you we are going to construct this road at perhaps $2 million, about 7.5 billion or 8 billion Uganda shillings. For you, you insist in your kind of myopism and ignorance. You insist telling people this road is being constructed at 14 billion. Now, who is wrong and who is right? Is it you who is trying to confuse the public or the paper? The person has told you, no, I'm constructing this road at 8 billion. Then you insist this road must cost, actually it is as if you are saying this road must cost 14 billion. That is being myopic and narrow-mindedness. 2, do we need a road or do we need a contract?
So what's wrong with just displaying the contract and then what goes on?
The challenge, you've seen what is wrong. All they want is 1, how much money have you contracted? 2, how much cut are you giving us? Now we are saying, hey, come on, this is not your road. Your road is to see whether a road has been constructed. 1, can you go and mobilize the populace around that road to be made? And when the other people do it, the right-minded people do it, and the good forward people, I mean the good rookers do it, you go behind them and start confusing the public, saying these mayors have refused to compensate you. So the mayors are now getting this somehow. They are becoming disappointed.
Is there any law that bars the technical side to display these contracts? Because it would be easy.
This is a contract management issue. The issue is the contract management. The councillors and the other teams, they should concentrate on saying, you told us you're going to do this road of Salama. How far have you gone? Why is the problem? You told us you're going to construct Sapro Kagwa Road. How far have we gone? Have you done forward maintenance? Yes. Is the road in good shape? Yes or no? Simple. As simple as that. That's their role. Then the speaker's role are just 3. You are a speaker of the Council of Authority, not the speaker of Kampala Capital City Authority. That's why, again, there is a mismatch. So she thinks once she was elected into this chair of speakership, she can now be entitled to and talk on behalf of Kampala Capital City Authority. Those two are different. The other one is a body corporate, which is headed by executive director, not even by a political head. And the speaker of it, the chief stoker or the chief speaker or the speaker or the PRO is the executive director of the Kampala Capital City Authority. Then for her, she's of the council, that small thing within the authority. The council, the political kind of organization. So your powers stop in the chambers. Speak for the chambers. The speaker of the Parliament of Uganda is not the chief speaker of Uganda as a country. It is His Excellency the President.
You know, we've seen battles, confusion, wrangles at KCCA since time immemorial. I want to understand from you, when you and Honorable Mr. Kabana came in, thought maybe this time around you're going to see a level-headed kind of administration in the city.
But it is there actually. What you are seeing is just a small grain in the ocean.
What's wrong with what's happening at KCC? What is wrong with what is happening at KCC?
No, politics. Politics and the failure to deliver. Because these guys are none-doers. None of them. The bunch is there.
Even the Lord Mayor, who is known for accountability.
Oh my God, when you're talking about people, sometimes you're spoiling my morning. You talk of a none-doer?
Really?
Tell me what he has done for the last 15 years when he has been at the helm of the city. Just show me one thing. The only thing he has managed to do in the last 15 years was to dislodge and disorganize the Utoda. That's the only thing the road mayor has done for this city. The rest he can talk well, yes, and that is anyway that one. And then another thing is becoming just an outcry, calling for public sympathy throughout. And that's where we lost the game. We actually, he has been driving all of us into his game. And now, for us, we realize that this is his catch. So we've refused and we've resisted to be driven into this kind of the game, which is used to. And it is because of that, now he's being exposed so much that he has nothing to deliver, nothing to show.
You know, he would also equally say that you came as the executive, came with Kampala Transport Master Plan, technical wing, try to organize border riders, but even up today, you see the mess within the tax parks, you see the mess on the roads. There is a lot of chaos on our roads.
No. Before we go there, tell me if you are to judge somebody who has been at the helm for 15 years and someone who has just 1.5 years, and you've managed to organize taxis into a very good corporate body now, into a system. They are now moving on well. You've managed to bring together over 102 groups of various borders into now one body talking. Who has performed and who has not performed? Is it you who has been there and busy capitalizing on this disorganization, or somebody has just come 1.5 years and everything is now moving on well?
What would Christopher Chofatogabye say that if within the 2 years he has been a state minister for Kampala, these are things that a Kampala dweller should be proud of, that when you came into power, when you came into Kampala, this is just because of Kabuye Chofatogabye?
Of course, we've mentioned it. First of all, organizing and streamlining the public transport alone. Now, actually, there is a bit of what we call some bit of sanity within the public transport. Today, a border man can knock you and then he stops to say, I'm sorry, which thing has never been heard of in Kampala. As I'm speaking now, we no longer have issues with the taxis, apart from a few pockets who have been parking around the roads, just that, and being actually orchestrated by them, being forced by them. 2, you walk downtown. Today you are proud walking downtown, up and down, and no one is snatching your bag or something. Why? There are no more chaotic guys called vendors who were being branded as vendors. These were just lawlessness moving on, being branded as vendors. Actually, some of them, we've turned them into useful Ugandans. They are the people now who are cleaning the city. The former pickpocketers, the former, let me use the word hooligans who used to be in the streets of Kampala, and now they are the people now whom we've turned into the cleaners of the city. So they are now doing a productive.
Honorable, you know, the money the councillors and the road mayor are talking about, almost $300 million, that the loan that the government got from ADB, it has been on from 2016, and they are saying that, look, the money has been lying idle. Some banks, like World Bank, even refused to give KCA money because they saw this money was not utilized from ADB. And they are saying that, look, Kampala is under potholes, the wetlands, whenever it rains, the flooding. Kampala is in total mess. Then this is what they are looking at. What will be done to make sure that, yes, there is sanity within the city?
No. The funds alone to put them into effective use was because of us. Just within 1 year, we've at least tried to finalize all the procedures so that these contracts can be signed. And what they have been talking about is that one, songs. Actually, they have turned it into a song. This thing started in 2016. What have they been doing? 2016, where was I? I can't even remember. Only when we came in, we found it on table saying these funds are so on, it has dragged. We started expediting it. Now we have it. The contracts have been signed. Actually, to be on record, we signed the contracts on 5th December 2022. And the people have just finished their mobilization period and work has started. True, the challenges of Kampala are still three. There are the three major challenges of Kampala, and that is drainage, which takes almost 80% of the problems of Kampala. I mean, the roads, then the drainage takes around 20% of the problems of Kampala, but the two move hand in hand, and then waste management. These good talkers, for the last 2 years when we were there, I've never seen any single ordinance coming to me to be forwarded to the Attorney General. Parliament in the last 2 years has passed over 150 bills and laws. The good talkers, 54, headed by lawyers, cannot actually process an ordinance, which takes only 3 months, cannot process an ordinance, forward it as it is stipulated in the Act, give it to the ministers to forward it to Attorney General. The good talkers. 2, the funds they are talking about, apart from these ADB funds, ask them where is the funds, locally generated funds, which are meant to develop the city. Actually, which are meant now to work on item number 3, the biggest challenge of waste management. They are not there. We don't have any ordinance, we don't have any law. They are not performing their duties of mobilizing the populace to pay taxes, no ordinance to support. When you start putting it there, that's when the road mayor, the so-called road mayor, remembers to run to court. Okay, that one, yours. That's when he remembers to go on making a noise. There is no rush of there is no this. What have you been doing? I tell you, in the last 2 years, I've never seen him sending an ordinance. Just like one ordinance, the market one, or the outdoor advertisement, nothing. And you know what they are doing? Those good talkers who think they are doing for the city, they are the people who are benefiting from all these illegal collections in the city at the expense of the state development. So we went to the taxes. He refused it. I said, no, we shall collect. Now we collect over 1 point something billion.
You know, the people you're talking about, Honorable, as we wind up this conversation, are the ones who are saying that, yes, we have been the ones to fight for you, fight for the money, fight for accountability. But let me also talk about the collections as we wind up. The issue of the markets. You've also mentioned about the markets. I know there is the markets bill, and which has been in Parliament. But the road mayor says that, you know what, the councils don't have the manpower, don't have the requisite, whatever. They don't have the necessities to manage these markets. They should have been within the market vendors' authorities, not the councils, as the president also wants.
Do you know why I'm holding my cheek?
No.
It's the failure of the road mayor and his team to really understand the challenges of Kampala. And also the sycophants and the hypocrisy the road mayors have and his team. Because these are the
including
people,
division mayors?
No. The road mayor, the vision mayors, by the way, are more a bit visionary. Yes, they are visionary, and they are forward. I mean, they are outlookers. These are the guys who have been enjoying in the confusion. And if you want evidence, I will put it on table. These are the people who have been enjoying this confusion, and they are the beneficiaries.
How?
They even have shares in these markets. Ask him, the road mayor, if he doesn't have rock-ups in Chiseka market. So the challenge we were now doing is saying, hey, come on, let the market be for the poor. Simple. If they don't have capacity to manage, they will have. How comes? Who created the capacity in the vendors? Imagine somebody from wherever he comes from. Okay, from Maina Kaseka, where I come from. And the following days in the market trading, and now is the chairperson of the vendors. Where did he get all that capacity to lead others?
Maybe
and
it's
then you leave the elites